It is August 3rd, 2016. We're here at 4119 Lark Street in San Diego, California, 92103. We're going to inspect the main sewer line. We're here under the house. This is right underneath the bathroom. There is a 4-inch ABS clean out. So we're now inside the beginning of the sewer main under the two bathrooms. Here we have a T-junction where the line turns. And then we have another quick 90. And now we're transitioning into the original cast iron pipe right here. So this is the original line. This is just barely under the house, running right along the edge of the foundation. And we're running towards the backyard. Some small pitting and buildup on the cast iron, which is going to be typical for the age of this, but nothing too severe yet. Okay, here we have a Y junction, and so here the line is making a 45-degree turn to the left, which would be northeast. So we can see that T junction. The other side of that maybe just an old clean-out access, or it could be something that was picking up another drain fixture from a long time ago. It's probably just being utilized now only for our turn. So here we now are traveling, again, northeast towards the neighbor's property. That angle headed that way. We'll see if we continue in this route. So again, some little mounds of buildup here, kind of undulations, and the bottom of the pipe's a little flat because there's some buildup that's caked up on the bottom, but still nothing super severe. Still, overall, the pipe is in good condition. Okay, you can see we've got a little pool of standing water here. And it looks like we're about to come up on a transition here. And so right here you can see this is where we have a T-junction that was put in. Now the bottom of the pipe has some real heavy buildup. However, we're looking at how that ABS is tied in, and it appears to be slightly off angle and askew from the cast iron by just a little bit. The black space in between there is the Fernco or Mission Band rubber, but we're seeing the wall thickness of the pipe because it's not butted up against the cast iron completely. So we typically don't want to see that on that upper right side there. We're going to go ahead and pause the video to show the homeowner. Okay, so here's our little bit of a small offset connection here. Not really bad, but it's a little off. And we're now in plastic ABS pipe that's new. And we are under a little bit of water standing here. This could be also where there's a clean out that was put in the corner of the house. Now, you again can see here we're completely underwater. And we basically are going to push forward. There's another turn here, and now we can see all this standing water, and we're underwater here. We've made so many turns that it's getting a little difficult already to push the camera by. We've made approximately 5 or 6 turns. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video and put in a camera from this other clean out to see if this is the spot in the line we're at with this camera. Okay, so we pushed another camera in from the clean out that's at the corner of the yard for the neighboring property where these two yards meet, and they do intersect. This is a new repair that was done on the line when it possibly was hit by the contractors working, and so that's why we've got newer plastic here, and that is the clean out access we're looking at right there. So we're going to go ahead, and since we've made so many turns and have difficulty pushing, we're going to go ahead and remove our camera here, come back out of the line, and then we're going to go ahead and go from the clean out that's now there in that corner to show the rest of the line out from that point. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video, and we will reposition in the backyard. Okay, we've now moved our camera equipment outside of the house here. That's 4119. And as we come over, you can see here's the fence with some OSB board that was put up for in between the construction. That green paint marker seen right there, that is where the cast iron to ABS transition is, which is essentially the fence line between the two properties. And then as we just come around this OSB board and fence, here you can see here's that ABS pipe that they put in with the clean out right there. So we're going to go down this. This is what we've already gone in through. So here's where the two lines are coming. You can see we're under the water. Here's that 90-degree turn. So this is where we essentially stop the recording. So we're underwater here. We're now going to push across the line and see if we hopefully come out of water quickly here, or if there's some construction debris or flush debris that went down the piping, or if it's the transition to the cast iron that's not done real well with some heavy buildup causing this. So we're pushing across here. We're starting to see a little less of a belly possibly. Okay, there we go. So we've just pushed across. As you can see, there's some paper and buildup in there. Now that's been flushed down through the system, but again, we've got this constantly standing water, so this pipe is not to code. Again, it's required to have a 1/4 inch of fall per foot, so for every 4 feet it travels, it needs to fall 1 inch in depth. That downhill slope will keep anything from draining out on the liquid end, and so all this water should not be sitting in the pipe here. The only other possibility, if we find a tie into the cast pretty quick, which would be the original line, is that the pipe that they literally installed here, when you buy it from the supply centers, sometimes it has a curve to it from sitting outside in the sun and on the racks. And so if you're not careful, sometimes even though you're carrying along the same connection points the old pipe was in, you lay the pipe down and where you actually created a belly or a negative slope to the line. That also could be what partially happened here. But a level should have been put on the pipe prior to backfilling to make sure that there was no negative slope or that the pipe was all downhill. So here you can see, again, we're pushing by that little bit of debris, and now we're kind of still got a small trail of buildup of water. Not all running out. There's still standing debris in the line. The small amount we see here sometimes is expected when we come up on then the original cast iron again, because the inside of the pipe is going to be a little less in diameter from the heavy buildup. We're still all in plastic right now. Our camera kind of pushing that debris and water out. So we can see right here we've got a glue coupling. This is all new pipe. They replaced this. Here's another glue coupling. And now I can see we're coming up on the cast iron pipe here, it looks like. So you can see we've got some standing water building up into the line here, as well as some debris. Okay, now we're back into the cast iron pipe. Back up just slowly here. So that's that transition right here, jumping over the little hump of buildup that was from the old pipe. A lot of standing water here still. You can see the bottom of the pipe is kind of flat. It's not curved and round like the top and side walls because of all the accumulation over the years of buildup that's occurred. So that's kind of shrunk the pipe down on its diameter and caused it to be flat there. So just build up right now. We don't see any real cracks or breaks in the line. No root intrusions yet or anything that magnitude. Got some more debris just sitting in the pipe there. Again, a little bit of debris just sticking in the line. So you can see on the left side there a little bit of a peeling of the wall, the pipe. It's kind of flaking apart there. It's still intact. Again, just real old pipe. That's going to happen. No full-on crack or fissure in the pipe right now. Okay, here we have a T-junction. As you can see right here, we're about 59 feet out approximately there, and this is a T-junction. This could be picking up another part of this house to the north of us here, an original tie-in junction, or it could be just even another clean out for access into the line at the end of that properties. But it's probably where that other house ties in, I would assume. Just a big mound of debris here. We're going to go up and over here. Some paper and debris. So you can see here the cast iron is still intact, and overall a little bit more rounded on the bottom of the pipe here compared to what we saw the last 30 feet in front of it here. A little bit of flaking on the right side of the pipe there. Not too heavy though. Okay. We're now coming on a very large root intrusion. You can see the cast iron pipe, either the hub or the wall of the pipe, has gave way and allowed roots to intrude quite heavily here. Take a photo of this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and push forward just a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and pause the video while we go ahead and locate this root intrusion here. We're going to push forward just a little bit and to show this cast right here. I just want to show the complete piece. It appears that could be a little indentation, or that could be another T-junction right there on the upper left of the screen. It can be, yeah, it does look like that's a another combo T-junction. Could be the next house down the line, possibly even. So we're going to go ahead and again pause the video and locate this. Okay, we have located this root intrusion. The pipe is 24 inches deep, and this is under the brick backyard deck area of the second house north of here. So the house that's on the corner of Montecito, which I believe is the cross street that's north of here that we're running towards. And we're going to continue down the line now. So this is also right behind, about the middle almost, of the garage of that house. He does have plumbing in the garage, he said, and so this T-junction, which we see right here, entering on the left, that could be where the plumbing dumps into this line. So we're now going to go ahead and continue down this pipe. You can see the trail of roots that are along the wall of the pipe here. A bunch of little more fine ones growing along the inside. Okay, here we have our next T-junction, and this should be where this corner house is draining into. He did have a clean out off the back side of his house, and that was basically from the very back leading to this T-junction. He says they've had to clean it out a few times on occasion or yearly, and so from where our pipe stopped about 30 feet ago, this would put us about in the exact position. So this is probably almost 100% going to be where that corner house ties in with their main plumbing. See, it's pretty clean and opened up here. It could be because of the hydrogenning or snaking process they're using. You can see the walls of the pipe are very nice and clean right here. And so that makes sense if he's been servicing his line, why this one looks so nice and opened up and circular. Okay, it's getting a little difficult to push out. We're going to pause the recording for a moment to get some water down the line. Okay, we've got some water running down, so we're going to see if we can at least get out to the 200-foot mark, close to it. Okay, here we have another really big root intrusion in the line here. You can see now this is in the neighbor's property. This is why he's had to snake it so often, because of this massive blockage here. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video while we go ahead and locate that. Okay, we've gone ahead and located this very large root intrusion here. This is at the corner house almost towards Montecito. This is at the wall. Leaving the house, this area is right under the barbecue grill that they have in their backyard. We've located it and showed it to the property owner. So you can see these roots are extremely heavy, and you can see some more roots here, little dangly ones as we pull back. So that's in his backyard right before the fence line, leaving to go out towards the sidewalk and then eventually the street, which is Montecito. So we're now going to go ahead and pause the video while we go ahead and pull back into the neighbor's yard here to go ahead and locate the ABS plastic pipe that has the standing water. Okay, so we've gone ahead and we've located. We're just trying to wipe that little bit of black debris on the camera head. It's kind of got inundated there. But so this transition in 4127 Lark Street's backyard is right behind the new garage, which does have plumbing in it, not tying into this, but right after the new concrete pour edge, that's where this transition is and where the cast iron starts again. It's at 15 inches deep. We have marked it with a little bit of green paint on the dirt in the yard. So we're now going to go ahead and pull backwards again through this ABS. So again, we've got a little standing water there, which is to be expected because, again, of the smaller inside diameter of this cast iron due to the buildup that's on the line. However, as we come back here, and keep coming backwards in reverse here, back towards 4119. Here's a junction right there. Okay. So right here we've got another junction or a glue coupling. So that's right here. Now you can see that's where we've got the start of some standing water here, and from that point as we back up, now our camera goes completely underwater here. So you do not want to see this. This is much too heavy and much too deep. As we back up here real slow, you can see all the debris that's settling on the bottom of the line because it's not flowing out with the water, because the water is not even flowing out properly. Okay, here now we're coming out of that, which is actually the very beginning of this turn. So this is the turn here that they made right after these clean out that they put in. So let me just pull this back out to show here. So we're coming out the vertical pipe, and we're again right here in the neighbor's yard here at 4127. This was the clean out they put in. Let's just show this one more time so then we can go ahead and locate. So we're back into the horizontal line. We make this 90 degree or 45 degree turn. And as soon as we pass this 45, we're immediately underwater after this 45 degree elbow. And then as we push across here, we are at about 6 feet distance counter. And so as we come up to this junction here, so this is where we stop having that issue pretty much. So this is about 13 feet. So we got about a 7-foot long section of pipe here that's holding this water. So we're going to come back in reverse again. So again, that's the glue joint. And then a little bit of standing water, not real thick, but there's some standing water, which means we don't have downhill slope. And immediately as we keep moving backwards, we immediately get into a huge pocket and pool of water. So that section of pipe from the 45 to that next coupling is going to need to be pulled. The pipe either had some bows or flexes to it from when they was sitting on the racks, or during the tampering process or the construction process, they may have tampered down on the top of the pipe if it wasn't settled underneath the pipe, and it could have created these sags and bellies in the line. It's hard to say. So I'm going to show this one last time, all this standing water, and now we're going to go ahead and just mark and locate this glue coupling junction right here, which is the complete end of that belly or sag to the line, and then that will complete this recording.
So let's lock the front gate on this side then, right? You're not going to need this anymore.
Okay, so we've gone ahead and located this in the backyard of 4127. This is right next to the new foundation pour that was put in for the garage with the unit above it and our room, and so it's 9 inches deep only. We've marked it with some paint and a green flag. And so again, from that spot right there, which is that coupling, that's the end of the sag or belly that's holding this water because of improper slope. And so now as I back up and we go through all this area holding water, come back out to the very beginning of the line. So here's our transition through the 45, and then back right up the sweep right here from the clean out that's put in. And so there's the new foundation and concrete pour, and there's the new piece. And then again, now we're in 4119's yard, and that is where the transition was made with that green dot on the fence line. So back from here back to the house is the original cast iron, but it is in good working operating condition. So that concludes this recording.